Welcome to Kimar Reading Class. I hope you enjoy this video. Have fun.
Yes, people, good night. Good night. Good night. Big up on yourself. What a guan. You know, they out here, little teaching again. Little ABC again. Little CDA again. Little ZTB. Little RTJ. Little something from the alphabet. Because that's what we're out here to the reading. This is the reading class. Welcome back to the reading class. Today is November 13. We're out here after 7 at the night. Come for teach like a reading. Reading is what we're upon. All the time, all day, every single day. Over there, I would just tap the live now. Tap the screen. Something. Pack done. Big up yourself. Yes man, much respect. I notice that sometimes some people come out here and I ask them to share the live and tap the screen and then they make it seem like we have beg them to tap the screen or to share the live or something. People, see in a life, sometimes you have to just give and take. You see it? Give and take. At the least, for you to tap your screen and share the live to somebody, at the least that for you. Tell you why. And everybody come out here and give one of them time. And for those, there's a lot of people who has to pay for that time. So when somebody come and show you some appreciation and show you a little love or a little support, is it? And I really show back the appreciation and the support for that. Yeah. I don't really care if somebody don't like the live, you know. I tell you what me care about. I care about the people I can't see. See me out here. I want to see them out here. That me care about. The people who really want this more than who even were there and watch it right now. Somebody out there want this very much. And them can't get it all because them don't know it exists. So when I come and I say like live, when I not really do it for me, when I do it for the next person where it could have helped. Because I already have it. I could have just lay down in my bed. I could have just got in my bed right now or go find something else though. Or continue read or something. But I say I want to come and spend some time, I don't know. I really the kids them I care about right now. Yeah. I really the kids them. So I'm gonna start to build a community towards the kids them way. I can engage with the kids them and make the kids them feel appreciated and get the support. Because I bet I'm gonna do that. I bet I'm gonna do that. But anyways, I did on a little topic here today. This is not what I could do still, but I just dip on the topic and pack a done. Big up yourself. Much respect. Give thanks to the support. You see it? I did on a little topic here today as I say, and I say there's a concept within it where I realize and I pick up on, right? Whenever somebody asks you a question, mainly most of the time, you would answer the question as I, right? So, like, mother come now and say, oh, how are you? How would you answer that question? You would have used the first person pronoun, right? I, and start to begin to answer. How are you? I am good, right? I am walking. I am at work. See me? How old are you? I am 5. I am 20. I am 519. So, I just did I go through this where I pick up and say, when you learn the pronouns, or when you do your practice, you can start with the first personal pronoun and conjugate the verbs them to match that first person pronoun. Because majority of the time, when you talk, right, you have to respond to questions like I, right? There's a lot of questions where you have to respond to that way, but you know, build up on that confidence because you probably don't know nothing yet. See? So you can start build up on that. I am big. I am a boy. Right? I run, I walk, I talk. So you can just start with I and practice the I version of it. Right? Yo estoy bien. Coming from a question. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? You gotta respond. Yo estoy bien. ¿Cuántos años tienes? You gotta respond. Yo tengo whatever amount of year años. Right? ¿Quién eres? Yo soy reading class or whichever. ¿Dónde está? Estoy a casa. Estoy al baño. Estoy al banco. Estoy al parque. Whichever way. But as me say, I pick them come about tonight. The little baby them. My question is this. Anybody on the line right now have a little baby? A son or a daughter way struggle with reading? Parents, where are you? Anybody on the line is a parent? Anybody? Alright, nobody has a child on the line whose kids need help. Anyways, we shall go. Now, what I talk about CVC. Right? What is CVC? Anybody on the line can answer that? What is CVC? What does it refer to? What does it mean? Where does it come from? CVC. I am sure a lot of you guys heard that before. I am pretty sure. What are CVC? Now, we have what we call the alphabet, right? In the alphabet, we have what we call consonant, and we have what we call vowel. The consonant are the vowels rather are what we call A. Use a different color. A. What's wrong with me, mate? E, I, O, U. So these are the vowel from the alphabet. The consonants or is or everything else that does not fall into this group. Can you think of a letter that does not fall into that group? From the ABC, can somebody tell me which letter does not fall into that group? If it does not fall into that group, it is a consonant. Consonant. Right? So, it's not tricky. There's no trick about it. It is simple. You have the alphabet all the way from A to Z, and you have inside of the alphabet from A to Z, you have A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels, right? So everything outside of this right here so falls into the consonant bracket. Can somebody on here tell me a letter, type it in the chat, that does not fall into that group of vowel? Any letter outside of this is a consonant. So somebody on the thing right here, so just kindly type in the chat one letter where you know that you're not seeing right here, so. So what have V? What have B? What have Y? Any other letters? D. Any other letters? Anybody else want to try? Matter of fact, if you not have a son or a daughter who B is already there, who wants help with reading, run go call them and ask them the same question I'm asking. And make them tell you some letters so you can tell me. See? And I'll take only one more. S. Now, the thing is, me can go on and on and on and on and on and on. But it don't make sense go on and on and on and on and on. The concept that I am telling you right now is how to get the most stable and constant practice. Right? It's not to complicate nothing. You're doing this to get the most stable and constant practice. There's not much deviation from this. Right? But the language itself have a lot of deviation. So, I like to start with something that is very constant and it doesn't change much. That is what the CVC is for. Now, if you notice, right, these are the letters we get. Now, from the letters we get, I know it look a little bit jumbled up, but don't mind that. Sometimes I saw in my brain, look, very jumbled, right? Now, we have V, right, as a consonant. And all that means is that we are matching the layout of C, V, C. We are matching the layout C, V, C. What does C mean? C mean consonant, right? C mean consonant and V mean vowel. C mean consonant, V mean vowel. So, you can find any consonant as long as it is not in this group, it is a consonant. So, the first thing you're going to write is a consonant. The second thing you're going to write is a vowel. You can write any one of them you want to write. Any single one of them. Right? And then now, you can get another consonant. Right? You can use B, you can use D. It doesn't really matter. Now, there's a thing what I know about B and D. It can be very confusing. Especially for the younger ones. It can be very much confusing. So sometimes we see the B and I say D. Sometimes we see the D and I say B. But like all of us need guidance some of the time the kids themselves also need guidance. So we need to guide them. Just like how some of the big people them wanna know this thing, we need to guide them. Okay, one mommy, big up for the rules. Now, what may I show you and I tell you is that you have V and you can choose any one of them. So we are going to choose A. And then now, we have B over here, so. We can do it again. We have V, E, B. We can do it again. We have V, I, B. We can do it again. Right? We have V, O, B. We can do it again. I will have V, U, B. Why do we want to do that? Why? Does anybody know why we would want to do that? I mean, I know it don't look like words. It don't look like something exciting. It don't look like something that you know. But when it comes to principle, the principle is the focus. The principle is what is the focus. Now, I am saying that to say, this is CVC, this is CVC, this is CVC, CVC, CVC. Now, there is something that's specially happen within a CVC. It is the vowel sound. The vowel sound make a unique sound, which is what we call short vowel sound. The short vowel sound that we know, the short vowel sound is what we want to get out of this thing. Now remember, this is not for you. This is for your little baby. where can't remember every single thing and not gonna remember every single thing. Just like how we don't remember every single thing and can't remember every single thing. What you want is to drill it in them. So when you drill it in them can't forget it. All in them sleep if them a dream, I hate them a do. Now, the reason why I choose that and use that is because in all of these, the vowel sound is going to be short. Right? Which is the sound A, which is the sound E, which is the sound I, which is the sound O, or A, which is the sound O, or U. Now, the reason I do that, again, is for consistency, for stability, and for the constantness of it. It don't changes much. It don't deviate much. Right? It don't deviate much. Now, I'm going to show you some words where you probably know already, but you probably never understand the reason as to why it sound the way it sound. So I'm going to show you the reason as to why it sound the way it sound. And the reason is because it falls within a type of syllable that we call close group syllable. I don't know if you have ever come across the term close group before. More likely, you probably have not. Because these things are not something where always you have to hear it in a school. Most of how me teach this thing is not done in school this way. I don't do things the traditional way of how things normally do. The things I'm going to tell you right here, so, can be applied in other languages, not just English alone. It can be applied in other languages very, very easy. Right? Very, very smooth. You don't have to do no extra nothing. You don't have to nothing. The principle is what I am showing you guys. The principle. Now, as me say, are the same thing me I do, but me I go clear off this and do some word we wanna know. Right? What have M A T? What have J A M? What have F A T? What have S I T? What have P U T? These, some people would have said, are probably them not know if read them, or if them know if read them is just by remembrance, by memory, not by understanding the principle. Now, in all of these words right here, so, you have those that are circled as the vowel. In all of those words, the vowel makes a short sound. What do I mean by a short sound? It is very short. It's very crisp. You hear it fast. It's not long. For example, you have the letter A, right? The letter A is a long sound, but A is a short sound. So in some words you have A, like in bake, like in cake, like in date, like in rake. Those are the long sound. The difference is if you change those sound, it changes the word entirely. So if you have bake and you change the A to A, you end up with back. If you have date and you change the A to A, you end up with that. If you have rake and you change the A to A, you end up with rock. Now, that is to show you and tell you and get you to understand that there's a difference in how the one letter can be sound. It can be long and it can be short. But this is the trick right here, so, right? And it's not really even a trick. The CVC, right? The CVC layout of a word. Once you can match it, this right here, so, will make it short sound. So it'll tell us in all of these words, the short sound is made right here, so. The short sound is heard right here, so. And because of that, the word will have a unique sound. Because it is the sounds that give the words. Oh, you hear them. It's the sound that give the word them sound. If that makes sense for say. People who there with me. If you're not there with me. You don't understand nothing what I say to you, no? Or you're just there because you don't have a phone and you can jump on the internet. Or probably AI me I talk to. People, if you hear me, drop something in the chat. Alright, good. Shanette is hearing. So if one somebody are here, everybody are here. Now, again, as I say, we start with this formula. We start with this format. We start with this mode. Because it is the most stable, easiest, and very, I would say, the most intelligent one to start with. Especially with children. Especially. Right? So, you already know something already about the CVC before you even take up a pen. Before you even take up a book. Before you even take up a pencil. Before you even decide to you're gonna start do some reading or spelling or something. You already know these. Which means you can get them to practice these easily. You just want to know the sound what this make. Ah. 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 E. In some case, O. But in this case, O. And that one when me write last is O. But the key thing is that you already know something about this. One, it is in the format CVC. Two, the vowel in the CVC will make it short sound. You can write this down on a piece of paper. You can write it down in your phone. You can write it down in your book. You can write it anywhere you want to write it. Anywhere at all you want to write it, you can write it. And as long as you remember that, because now memory comes important. Because you have to remember. You have to learn what you learn and remember what you learn. And then you know say, oh, but me know this. And you can feel confident knowing so you know it. And you can apply it. Reading is not hard. It is the whole language itself that is hard. It is the confusion in the thing that is hard. But the principle of reading does not change. The principle of reading does not change, right? You have the first word. Now you have the first word. It starts with the letter M. You have to know. And when I say have to, I mean you must, before you can read that word, know what this letter is saying, know what this letter is saying, and know what this letter is saying. But I already given you the tip and the trick to help you to know these without even thinking about it. If it is in the layout of CVC, then the vowels are already short. You already know how the vowel is supposed to sound. That is key. That is important. Now you have this letter, right? There's two things about the letter that you must know. One, somebody just like the live for me now so we can boot it up to 2000. You have two things about this letter. What's the meaning of C? What do you mean? What's the meaning of C? I don't understand. I would say the meaning of C is the third letter of the alphabet. So I'm not sure what you mean by... Oh, you're talking the CVC? It means consonant. Because the alphabet is made up of two things. Vowels and consonants. So it don't get any different than that. Vowel and consonants. Vowel, consonants. Alphabet is made up of vowel and consonants. Vowel and consonants. Now, as I say, you are the children, whoever one, have to be able to can look at this and recognize the sound from it. Just by looking at it, right? Should be able to can recognize the sound that it make. So there's two things about the, I want to call them character. There's two things about the character. It have a name that you can call it. So you don't have to call it a character. It also have a sound that it makes. So it is no different from a baby with have a name and the baby love ball. So what sound the baby make is the balling sound, and the baby where make the sound of a name. This is the baby where have a name, which is M, and the sound that the baby love ball and make is You know, like when you eat some food and you say, yo, this bad, you say, yeah, man, you want some more? It is important, 100%, for you to be able to make the sound what that letter have before you can even read that word. If you cannot do that, everything you're doing would be just a guess. We don't guess around here. We don't guess around here, so. So, it means that if you don't know, and it means that if your child don't know, if the little baby do not know, it means that them have to learn it first. You give them this to read, mommy, I can't read it. You give them this to read, daddy, I can't read it. Okay, fine. You teach them first. You tell them what sound it make. You show them what sound it make. You practice the sound what it make. That way, they are making it and you are making it. When you learn the sound what it make, again, which is now you know two sounds. You know the sound of this and you already know the sound of this, which is Now, this is where reading takes place. This is where reading takes place when it comes together now. What is happening now is the two sounds are now fused together. This coming like flour and this coming like water. When you mix the two of them together, you get one paste. One little something where you can put in the oil and you make fritters. Now, may I say this is one component of the whole thing to make the flour. And this is one component of the whole thing to make the same flour, which is the fritters. But this is the flour and this is the water. The water and the flour combined together. Is it the same thing? Would they still be the same thing? When the flour and the water come together, is it the same thing or is it different? Does it look the same? Question to the audience. When you have flour and you have water and you add water to the flour, does it still look the same as before? One person said no. Fine. Good. It don't look the same. But my question now, in addition to that, is it the same ingredients still? Is it still the same ingredients? Is it still flour and still water that is placed together? It is still the same ingredients. So while it not look the same no more, it still is the same ingredients. This is no far different. This is no far different. You have the flour, you have the water. When you put them together, it is still flour and water, but now it is in a different form. It creates a unique thing about it. This is also what reading do to the sound them. It pull them together to create its own uniqueness. Now it is the same sound that we're putting together to read, and we don't need more than two sounds to start reading. It don't matter who you are, don't matter who you is. We don't need more than two sounds to start reading. Now you have identified this sound to be and you have identified this sound to be ah. For you to be able to read them, you have to make the sound what this make, which is and then now it glides to this sound, which is ah. Then now it creates its own unique thing about it. Ma. Ma. If you listen carefully, you would hear that you still hear the sound of this, which is And you still hear the sound of this, which is a, because it is still an ingredient. The ingredient don't change. It is just put together and have a unique sound about it. Beckham, big up yourself. Now, you might think say that hard. I'm going to ask you, the audience. Just type it in the comment if you think that was hard. Anybody at all. At least 3 person. Just tell me if putting these two sounds together to create a unique sound that create reading. Tell me if you think that was hard. That was not hard. Good. Now I'm going to tell you something that is not even a secret. Right? Every single word that you see, every single one of them, every single one of them, would I be this right here, sir? Would I be this one right there, sir? Would I be this one right there, sir? Would I be this one right there, sir? Or any one of them at all? It is the same principle that you use right here, sir. It you use for read the whole of this. It you do for the whole of this. And it you read for any word. Any one of them at all. It's the same principle. It does not change. The principle is what now you're going to use as a drill. So every evening you look a baby come from school, you make sure so the baby get practice. Because it don't matter what you know. If you don't practice, you're not going nowhere. People like the life for me now, please. If you don't practice, you're not going anywhere. Not when it comes to reading. And that's guaranteed. That is guaranteed. Now, moving forward. This is a letter. A single letter. That single letter makes a single sound. Which is t. For you to be able to read. My daughter knows the sound of each letter, but she cannot put them together to call a word. Fine. What you can do with your daughter is, rather than asking her to do it, you give her an example. So you do it. Right? So rather than ask her what they are, how to do it, you tell her these two, and a, you get ma. And you practice. You don't have to go past that. Then now, you can change this now. Right? And you put a S there. You say she knows sound, she going to know the sound of that. So now, you do it again now. And you sure. Sa. Right? And you do it again. And you sure. La. I believe that if you do it the 4th time, she going to try for first. Yo. So you can try that. And if it don't work, you come back, come tell me say it don't work. Because I can find something that work. Right? Next thing you can do is you can start with the vowel. Right? You can start with the vowel. You have a, and then now, as I say, she know the sound. So she going to know the sound for this. So you can have her do this with the vowel, and you can have her stretch it out. So you can make sure hold on upon it like it was long, but it's not really long. But you're only doing that for practice. So you got that upon at, and then now That is slow, but it is okay. You're practicing. You do that consistently, over and over and over, and I guarantee you, she going to start getting faster at it. Faster. When I ask you if it work, I tell you. I something I do. Regular. And I have seen it. It work. It work so well. You wouldn't believe. You have I am sure say if you're not deaf, you will start to hear or it start to sound these words. Does it sound like does it sound like I am trying to get to that point? Jam. So you can practice with these, you can start with these, but the thing is, you cannot just expect them to know this and do this. Listen, English is already hard. We need guidance, so do they. So, you want to guide them, you want to help them, you want to mentor them, you want to make sure say you make them get them practice. Right? Make sure say them get them practice. So pun, as me say, go and go do that with your daughter. Come back, text me and tell me if it work or if it don't work. And if it don't work, I have another solution. I have more than one solutions. So, I'm sure that I go work still. But I love to hear your feedback, good or bad. So just come back, come send me a message. Make sure you follow me. Come back, come send me a message. And let me know how it turn out. And if you still don't have a solution, I am your solution. Alright, mama. Yes, I do classes. You can just jump in at the link in the bio. If you go up on the link in the bio right now, I believe you can find. Let's see what they put on the bio again, because I don't even remember right now. But it's there. Let's go up on the link tree. You see Kimarreadingclass. You see the icon, the logo. Just click on it. Once you click on it, it'll go carry you go another site or something. Yeah, in a look of sense. So you just go there, you look. Information is there. You can even join the WhatsApp group. You can just click on the WhatsApp join public WhatsApp group. Just click on it and it join it to the group that we have. Or if you want to get some service done, you just click your upload deposit receipt and you fill out your information. Number is there. 885. Number is there. So just scroll and look. If you look, you even see some videos that we do previously. And just put it there so that you can see. Or you can go up on YouTube and watch them. Right? You can subscribe to it. Whatever you want to do. It's up to you. I can't force you. But it's there. So for those who are interested, they can have a look. And even if you have a look, reach out. You never know. But pun, as I say, just go and do that method. It's 2 ways you can do it. As I say, 2 ways. So start small, and the one method is a principle that you will continue to do over and over. Right? So I'm looking to hear back from you. And for people who never follow me, follow me. For those who think say me I go beg them for follow me. Me not go beg you to do, but follow me. And more come out here one day where you bring your kids know. So bring your kids there. And let the kids them come play. Right? Let them read the words them and tell me if them read them correct. And if not, we guide you. We help you, we show you. Right? That is the very basic thing that you want to do for yourself and for your kid. And after that, you move up the ladder. You're probably wondering what is moving up the ladder. But moving up the ladder is now we leave from 3 to 4 letters. Just unbelieve. I promise you that if your little one can read this, if your child can read this or math consciously without trying to guess what the word is, I have no doubt that they can read this. I am sure. I am so sure that I can bet you. That's how sure I am. And again, we're doing the same thing again. We are mix flour and water for create our own unique paste. So now we have P. But before we can even begin to read that, we need to know what sound that letter make. So if we don't know it, we have to learn it. Right? Now we have L. And again, it goes to say, if we don't know the sound of that letter make, we have to learn it first. Now, we have PL. L. When we put both of these together, we end up with PL. PL. That is what it is so far. And I am sure that your kid would be able to do that. Now, this is A, because it still falls within a closed group syllable. So this is A. So we have pla, pla, pla. And then now we have we have plan. And guess what? We can add another sound. That's what, like 5 letters now? So we can find a lot of 5-letter words for them. I am sure that them can read it. But I am so sure they wouldn't even get it wrong. In fact, I think them like bigger words and smaller words. Believe. 1 syllable, big word, long words. I think them love those. Because them get to play with so much different sounds in it. I think they love it. Now, after that, then comes now when we start to combine the letters them. Right? When we start to go to church and start to thief off the CH. When we start to go out on a ship and borrow the SH. Right? So, the thing about these now is that you have to know that these are 2 letters that combine together. So, as small as them be, we have to tell them about digraph, whether we like it or not. Somebody in the chat that says hi. Yeah. So, we have to tell them about digraph. Because now we can start to put 2 letters together and increase their level step by step. But we increase it in such a method that we still apply this. So there is so much words that them can read just by using that formula alone. Just by using the closed group syllable alone. you would frighten to believe. Right? Now, people, that is it for me for tonight. I'm kind of disappointed with you still, I telling you the truth. Because you're not going like you don't want to like the life. Like you don't want me big enough to like the life. You come man, you just participate and like the life. I reading where I do. If reading is not for you, then I would have kindly suggest you move on to some form of entertainment. Because this is entertaining as it going get. Reading. So, each one help one, as we can see. You know, a lot of people misplaced right now. A lot of people not as comfortable as we are. You know? And each one help one. So, I come and help you, no? You have to help me too. You have to help me too. I'm not going to force it out on you still, but I just tell you now. Show support, man. Let's show the support for the community. Show the support for know say somebody come on and help you know to get some reading done. Because I know say a lot of people can't read. And I know say a lot of people embarrassed for go look help for read. Right? And we don't over here so I embarrass nobody or make nobody feel bad. You don't know? Fine. We are going to make you know. When I come and teach, right, I teach the principles of reading. The principle of reading is something that you want to know. Right? Yes, I do teach adult classes. But when I teach adult classes, I like to do it one-on-one. And there's a reason why. The reason why I like to do it one-on-one is because everybody is at a different level or everybody is at a different stage. Because you're at a different level, which means you could have can see the word them, but you don't know the sound. Right? But it's possible that you can catch on the principle quick. Or you might know the sound them and can't put them together. So everybody is at a different level. Everybody know the different sounds them different to the amount of you know. So I like to do it one-on-one so that way you can focus more on yourself. It's not even for me, it's for the person who is doing it. Because that way you get to cut out the people around you who is going to say, oh, big people like you can't read. Look at that. Big man like you can't read. Big woman like you can't read. Del Paul, big up yourself. Good night. Alright, Ali, I don't know if that is Chia or Shia, whatever you call it. Alicia. I don't know. But yeah, people, that's it for me tonight. That's it for me right now. When are you guys available again? So I can come back live. What's the best time you have available? Nobody have no time available. That's weird. Alright guys, have a good night.